Good morning and welcome to Mo Knows This and Mo Knows That with the chat. Hey, Tyon. Hey, Diane. So, where are we in the world of Monica Mo? Today, I'm a little disorganized. I got things all over the place. I can't use my mouse because I went back to my microphone, my original microphone, because I think it sounds better. So, I hope you agree with me. And that's it. I had to do adjustment. Today we're going to stop making stupid people famous. Because that's the mood I'm in. And I just want to do some... I want to go back and touch on some things that were said yesterday. And some activities that transpired yesterday. And why I needed to take an evening to rethink some things, because that's what I am. Okay. What you mean? Oh, no. So how many people saw yesterday's live? Either saw it in live motion or saw it in replay. This is the odd thing about yesterday's live. For me, I normally watch them. What's the about? I'm telling you. I normally watch the live and then I watch it in replay. And sometimes I either don't like it, love it. That's it. Okay. So did you see the tarot card part of it? Because I wish I had, maybe I'll do it while we're here. I'll cue it up and we'll go back and revisit that part. Because my daughter was just like a hot mess with me. I sent her a text message yesterday because I needed her assistance. And she was like, yeah, I'm not messing with you and your peoples over there. So I'm like, okay. And she was on the other side of the door because she was in the kitchen. So she heard the card that came up and fled the area. Me, I'm like, oh. You gotta love live. Because you're just like, what's the saying? You can't make this shit up. So, just as a side note, I'm working on this major program. I'm working on this major project at work, right? And I'm going to say each part is 33%. So I don't even have 33% finished because people haven't submitted, due to the summer vacations, people haven't submitted all of their stuff. So I don't have not one component completed. So that's driving me crazy because I have to get information from other people. So I've been in this mode that I'm going to work with what I got. And I made this whole big spreadsheet about it. Then I'm going to go back and deal with each person that's missing individually after I got a template done. So I'm spending a lot of time. So all that to say, I'm spending a lot of time on the computer and it bothers my eyes. So when I come home, I got a massive headache. I'm getting a bigger headache dealing with this YouTube streets. And it's like, why bother sometimes? You ask yourself, why bother? But I woke up I woke up. But I went to sleep with the same thought in my head. So I started going back this morning when I woke up. This is why I'm late. I started going back to old audio because you need to know when involved in something, right? When someone says you have a conflict, right? You need to know why you have a conflict. And it's bizarre to be like, I don't know why the fuck somebody's mad at me. I don't know why somebody's fucking mad at me. And you're trying to put it together. And that's basically what I said yesterday. That's why I gave definitions of words. And I was just like, these things are trivial matters. You understand? If I had to look at one person in particular and go down the group, because a group just don't attack you. Like if I was a sovereign state, if I was a country, one country, and I'm going to go to the movie. What's the fucking movie? You Can't Handle the Truth. You know that one, right? Is it Top Gun? No. Whatever the movie is, You Can't Handle the Truth with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. Come on, Ty, help me. Good morning, King of Fall. Just so you know, I say good morning early in the video. Okay. I just had to get my sexy on in the morning, you know. Anywho, Ty, what's the name of the picture? Okay, that movie. You Can't Handle the Truth. Okay. I'm using that as an example to demonstrate that Jack Nicholson is sitting over there and he goes to court and he gets all upset and outrageous because they strategize and they're sitting in front of him. Good morning, finest jewels. And they are wearing all white because they've studied his behavior and found things that bother him. And they use those things at trial to set a person off. A few good men. That's it, right? Lord, and do we not know that we just only have a few good men out here at King of Fall? And those are subliminals, okay? Those would be subliminals. Not disses, but subliminals, because you know we had the whole thing about things. But I miss his presence. And sometimes when I want to say something, I wish I had ran a conversation by him. So that's what y'all see when I'll be like, hey, I miss you. It's just, I miss his presence. Okay. But yeah, so how do they get back at him? They have a case where they know everyone is guilty. So the men are guilty. There was a code red, whatever called, and the guys initiated it. The problem is that a code red is illegal. But they were carrying out a command, and their responsibility is to carry out a command. So that was that's a good movie, good case law to follow. Like if you was like following like case law or whatever, that's a good case because it means somebody broke the military code and they let the low man on the totem pole carry the weight because the big guy didn't want to say he issued the code red or what have you, but you know what actually became because somebody wanted to start a war. Guess what? I feel the same way here. Anyway, I'm gonna go back through what that 7 of Wands card was. Now my daughter done did something to the deck, so I don't want to touch it again. So when I do my next go round of readings, I want it to be fresh, crisp, and as vibrant as yesterday, because that shit was amazing sauce. So what I did was I took a picture of the card so that I could review it again, because that thing just stood out at me. So I'm working yesterday and I'm just like, there was 7, there's swords. And so just to recap, this is the 7 of Wands, deals with conflict and struggle. In this card, the champion faces 6 blazing wands heading straight toward him. He confronts his attackers with only one blazing spear in hand and a shield to protect him. However, he sits upon a winged dragon. Even though he is outnumbered and has been caught off guard, he has the upper hand. I don't have time to figure out who the 6 anything is here. But immediately upon really reading it, as I was reading it out, I was like, oh, this is talking about me. And with accuracy, like a precision accuracy. And Diane, you'll know this too. When I read the horoscopes the other day, before I started to read the horoscopes, you were explaining your life, like what you're going through right now, your current situation. And when we got to your horoscope, it was like, bam. I was like, wow, that's right on point. Like, it aligned very well. So some things you just can't make up. And some things just fit. And the card fits very well. But it goes to the focus, why? See, in order to resolve a conflict, or in order to understand a struggle, so to resolve a conflict, you got to know what was the root of the conflict, and is there a resolution? You know how I feel on this, right? But in a struggle, you need to know how you got in a struggle. I ain't struggling with nobody. The struggle is real. If anyone's looking around at their own life, day to day is a struggle. You should be doing, when I come here to the YouTube, I'm doing something to have fun, chat it up with some people, talk about something I read, share it with you. You know, I had to text someone who's probably sitting right there in the room. And I text him and I told his black ass to stay in his lane and stay the fuck out of my lane. And I mean just what I said. And I said just what I meant. So you can take that back to whomever and feel a fucking kind of way about it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't give a fuck, because that's just who I am. I'm telling your little monkey ass to stay out of my business. I ain't telling nobody how to fucking run their shit over on their side of town. So don't be over here thinking you're going to try to run my shit, ask questions of fake ass people about my stuff. It just fucking never ends around here. You be like looking at it. Yeah, and I sent that motherfucker a direct text message because I'm about my business. You step to me wrong, I'm gonna step to you right after it. I don't keep things back and forth. You do something to me, I nip it right in the butt, right at the side. So yeah, check your text message, but I'm sure you already got it. I just wanted to make sure you understood what it meant. So moving on from there, I'm about to play for you a clip back when I'm about to play for you the clip back when another channel holder and a guest were discussing the situation, or what they believe to be the situation, you know, based on their opinion of the conflict with, I'm gonna call them the bone collectors, with the bone collectors. Oh, and that other message was for the producer. Yeah, the text message about staying in your fucking lane. Yeah, that's for the producer. So moving on to the bone collectors. So when they were, you know, giving their own take on the bone collector situation, an interesting statement was made. Maybe I'll listen to it in my ear and then I'll just repeat it for y'all. But you can go back to their live and see it. It's like in the 4-hour marker, like 4 hours. Where did I write it at? It's like 4 hours. That's what I was listening to this morning. But I don't know how unedited their version is, because I know that they edited a part of it because they wanted to take out. So it's like 4 hours and 35 minutes and 19 seconds in to their video, or 4 hours. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But let me get my headset on my head. Me and my headset. I probably have it in the bathroom. I wanted to get exactly what she said. Let me see if I wrote it down, because sometimes I just write down things. It'll give you the idea. Sometimes people like to hear what it is. Oh, I wrote some things down. All right. So in the words of the female, she said, a bad motherfucker can put a bounty over, can get a bounty put over their head. Because when people look at you like you're a bad motherfucker, then they put a bounty over your head. I knew I heard it, so that's why I went back this morning. And I remember when I was talking to other people about the situation, I was like, you know, we were talking about people being jealous, whatever, you know, along that line. And I was like, there was something that somebody said that does sound like it was a little bit of jealousy. But I'm not going to call it jealousy. I don't got the word for it not right now as a librarian. But what I will say to you is that when you're at the top of your game, you do make yourself a target for things, good or bad, because you're at the top of your game. So if good things come to you, especially like in this YouTube space, maybe you'll get an endorsement. Maybe you'll get picked up by something. Maybe you'll gain enough subscribers, move on to something else. Maybe you're just so maybe that falls in the category of a bad motherfucker. And because you're a bad motherfucker, and I'm using that person's language, you've got a bounty over your head. So it doesn't necessarily mean you had any conflict, which may be able to explain when you ask people specifically, what is the problem? They cannot answer that question. Have you ever been involved in an argument with somebody and you don't know what you're arguing about? Generally, that happens when you stay in the argument for months and other shit has been said, and then you just keep going on, you know, attacking the new shit, but you never can't remember what was the first shit that got you in the argument in the first place. This is why I opted not to go back and forth with people, because they never had anything in the first place. This is why. So I will say this. I must have fell in the category of bad motherfucker. And because I was a bad motherfucker, I put a bounty on my head that everybody had to aim for. That may be proven by the fact that when I saw the first video, somebody had 44 views, and in the morning, by the time I got to the morning, they was up to 70, and they've been on a view exchange since then. Have y'all became bad motherfuckers yet? So let me tell you about the bad motherfuckers world. Oh, when you become a bad motherfucker, just remember, a bounty might get put on your head. Who are going to be the hunters, the bounty hunters for you, bad motherfuckers? I would gladly give y'all, all of you, all 6 arrows pointing at me. Bad motherfucker. You can have it. That closes and concludes my thoughts on you guys. Okay, so I still think the interesting thing about what the card says, he confronts his attackers with only one blazing spear in hand and a shield to protect him. However, he sits upon a winged dragon. Even though he is outnumbered and has been caught off guard, he has the upper hand. So, moving back along to the book club situation. I'm always a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So, if Ivalme was here today, I would ask Ivalme if she finished the August book, because then I would know that I could review the August book tomorrow night. So hopefully when she sees this, we'll be able to touch base to see if she reviewed the August book. Hey, Lando. I guess you put emojis in here because I can't see them. How did I know you put emojis in here? So then I would tell you that tomorrow night I'm coming to you guys with the book, but it would be late in the night. Because I want to drive out to the shore. Yeah, that camera is a bad motherfucker. You'll laugh at that when I tell you about the other, when you listen back, if you listen back. So, and I prefer to review the book, at least knowing she probably will not do panel style, so that's okay. But she does write in the chat her thoughts on the books that she's participated in. We will continue. I will continue with my private lives. And the private lives, if you want to participate in it, I put a disclaimer on the private lives. So the private lives are by invite only, and we are doing the blind date with the book in the private lives. So what I had initially planned on doing was to convert the private live to a public live so that people could see the private, see or hear the private live, and which is the blind date with the book. And if you're not familiar, the blind date with the book is you got a blind date with the book. And that's all I'm going to say in the public space. Go back and look to the videos about blind date with a book. So my gut told me not to make it public. And I'm going to go with my gut. So the people in the private live, everything about it is private. It's an exclusive club that only you can participate in. And you participate in it by just giving me your email and I send it to you. But you're prohibited from forwarding the video out to anyone, making a copy of the video. It's just our time. And so far, it seems to be working. I haven't heard any exposés over on anybody's land trying to get a hold of the private live. They don't even know who's participating in the private live. You know, go run tell that. And that's it. It's crazy mundo. But I think there is like how does a little old librarian who is just trying to encourage people to be independent thinkers, not forcing anyone to be, but just encouraging the thought of free thought. Get faced with what is obvious censorship from her peers. Is a voice that strong that one needs to stifle it? Am I really that force to be reckoned with? Do I really have a concept that has that much rigor that you find a need to want to close it? What have I ever done to the Black and brown community that would make one hate that much? I've defended you when you were vulnerable. Good morning, Lisa. You will really need to go back to the beginning to catch up at this point. Interesting book that we reviewed this week, The Hate You Give. When I read the book, or when I opened the book, I thought the book was going to focus on how hate, manifests and make everything worse. And I really didn't see that in the book. And I really don't see that around me either. Not in my daily life. Not in the real world. And that's a good thing, because many people view this, what we're seeing here, as not real. And I'm kind of coming to the same conclusion. Not because I don't think real things are taking place. I just think because people are not real with themselves. You hear what I said? People are not real with themselves when they're dealing on these platforms. They're trying to be bad motherfuckers. See, it's probably easy to play one on the YouTube space, but everything may not be like that in the real world space. There's some bad motherfuckers out there. And I guess that's where that stinking thinking comes from. I ain't never heard that terminology until recently. Took me back. But guess what? I never heard anybody call me a Yankee until I was dealing with a Southern Belle. And that's when I got here on the YouTube. And I was just like, is somebody living in the fucking age of the Civil War? OMG. And then it just hit me that when people say the North is fast paced, the North is fast paced because they can't handle the truth. And when you speak it, when you speak the truth to folks here, right? And they feel it, the first thing you hear them say is, oh, she threw me up subliminal. Oh, I got a subliminal. Right? You ain't getting no damn subliminal. You got a fucking reality check. What? Yankees? Or Southern Belle? That's for you, Diane. But you know, you got a reality check. That's it. It's not a subliminal. It pointed out something. And when it hit you, you was like, oh. You just didn't like the messenger. Fuck the messenger. Listen to the message. The message may make you stronger, may make you vibrant, may be the change you need in some of this shiz. Read an article about happiness. So I'm starting to realize that the reason why I'm not really attracting to some of these articles these days is because there's a different style of writing. This is short and sweet, and I'm going to end with it. Yo, Naomi Campbell, she is still hitting it. She could do a lick on a split on a all the words that we use here. Look at her rocking a Gucci. And that's such classic Gucci because they got the stripes on it. I don't give a fuckazoid what you people think. There's a Gucci bag in my thought process. And as I'm working on this project this week at work, I'm thinking, when I get my bonus, we'll be going to the Gucci store. Because the bonus belongs to me. It's all my hard work. I would, though, invest in a vacation again. But I need a real vacation. What the fuck? Oh, man. Maybe we should have read this guy's article. Yo, I don't know how many people is in my age group, but this was the only rap group that ever graced my wall. And it was because I fucking loved them. OM freaking G. Now, I think the one I had of them all were wearing the black, and we call these 8-ball jackets in Jamaica. I had an 8-ball jacket for one of the guys. So, like, each of the streets, like, we didn't have that on my street because we wasn't down with that shit down where I lived at. But down by Baisley, So hear what I'm saying for those that like to go looking into shit. Down by Baisley, they did their jackets, their 8-ball jackets that was designed had their street number that they claimed. So I had an 8-ball jacket for a guy's street that claimed me. Just saying. But and when he went to jail, I rocked that jacket everywhere. And my little bony ass, sleeves was all hanging out, dangling, or whatever. But I rocked it. I won't tell y'all the street because then y'all be looking up niggas' names and stuff. Fuck knows what y'all come up with. I don't want to have no problems. But I had an 8-ball jacket. This page, yo, wait till y'all see this. Anybody know who this is? It's like a fucking amazing transformation. I know Ty is going to know. Let me go to this one first. Like, you're not, like, just because it's just the one on the top. Let me do it like this. Wait, sorry. It got to focus. I don't like him. Let me turn off the light. It's not, and that's the LL that we would see on the street. And I have a friend that knew his wife. Like when he was probably like a Rolling Stone or whatever. I never hung out with her, so don't get me start telling nobody no lies here on the YouTube. Yeah. I can't live without my radio. Oh, you know who that is at the bottom too. I'm surprised you haven't done any updates on him. All right, so who is this though? Let me turn this on. I gotta read the article to see who this one is. Who's she? Let me look and see what the closed caption said. She don't look familiar to me. Oh, that's Sparky. Is that Sparky D? Yo, and the thing that's killing me, hey P Money, the thing that's killing me about this article, look what has come from the YouTube streets into the main streets. He does. I gotta go look at it. Look what has come. Look at the word up there that has evolved from the YouTube streets into the pages of Essence magazine. I couldn't fucking believe it. Receipts. Good morning. Did I say good morning, P Money? Receipts have made it to the motherfucking print pages. Can you freaking believe this? I'm sorry to be cussing. Can you believe this? I was looking, yo, it caught me. So this article right here is about I'll save it for another morning, but it's about it says, in a comeback story of epic proportions, designer Dapper Dan stays true to his uptown roots as he retakes the fashion world by storm with a little help from his friend, supermodel Naomi Campbell. So on Naomi, Gucci, Dapper Dan sweatsuit, miniskirt, and necklace. Gucci boots and bracelet, earrings, stylist arms. The fabled career of Dapper Dan can be summed up in one word: legendary. So it just goes on to talk about how he started. He was a Harlem boy to his core. He built his fashion empire right on his home turf. From 1982 to 1992, he owned a store on 125th Street, where he quickly became popular with gangsters in the hood who loved to be flashy. Dan's claim to fame was the customized toil he crafted using the logos of fashion's fanciest labels: Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, MCM, and many more. What some considered knockoffs, Dan deemed knockups. When it came time that I could be creative with the brands, he said, I kept the same instinct. So some popular R&B hip hop artists that wore his clothes were Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, Rakim, that's who that was at the bottom, Bobby Brown, and Aaliyah. That was Aaliyah? Hold up. I gotta go back. Because I saw the picture, but I didn't see the picture. I was like, who is that? That's not Aaliyah. Is that Aaliyah, Ty? Oh, let me look at the credits. But that shit right there is ugly. I'm just saying. Like, I be all into shit, but that shit right there is ugly. Yo, Rakim, there he is right here. That was Rakim underneath LL. Yo. Yeah, Rakim was. Yo, this is when, like, y'all got, I don't know what the fuck y'all got today, but the rap we had, yo, it'd have you jump out your bed, climb out a window to get to a freaking jam in the park. I will never forget. I must have been just in junior high school when they started the jams in the park. And you know me, I'm always want to be down with something. The badass girl that lived on the next block from me, her mother worked nights. I never really had curfew. I just needed to do what I had to do. There was some things I didn't have too many rules on. So going out and stuff, I didn't really have that many rules on. But going to like some things I did, like going to the prom, going to the homecoming, because my mother didn't understand what that was. It was like, no. But going to like, well, I guess we snuck out. So I guess we went. But I guess I probably told her myself too. But I can't remember her name, but my sister dated her brother. And when I ultimately ended up in my last high school, which was Satellite. So Ty, you a New Yorker, you know Satellites. So I went to Satellite. So when I got to Satellite, they was there too, but they had already moved off the block. But we went to this jam in the summer, one summer. And I will not forget, we climbed up in the fucking trees because I must have been like 12 or 13. We climbed up in the trees because that's how many people was in the park. We still have one in Queens for Montebello Day. They call it Bello Day. And everyone goes to Bello Day. Like, if you're from, I don't give a damn what side of, so there's South Side. So if you're a part of Southeastern Queens, you go to Bello Day. And if you don't go to Bello Day, you's nobody. But Bello Day is for the people that lived in Laurelton, like, because that was like their big park, Montebello Park. But it's become an event. And they got activities and stuff. So it's really nice. I haven't been in a couple of years because I've been out here in New Jersey. But it seems like every year somebody on a motorcycle dies on it, like close to the event or whatever. So it's like it's always a memorial for somebody that died. But anywho, going back to us being in the trees. We was in the trees. And I heard, and the parks are free. Boom bashes on the way. Yo, I will never forget how that shit sounded with the music. It was like boom bashes in the house. Y'all just don't know. Like, y'all ain't got nothing on us. People wasn't getting, at least I don't recall people getting shot and shit at those parties. I know fights did break out, but I guess back then people were nice with their hands, so they used their hands. You know, they got emotion for it, but they didn't, you know. And I just remember, what the fuck was her name? And anyway, when we got to Satellite together, that's what we was. That's the story we told everybody, how we sneak out and we was in the trees. And we did it a couple of times, but we was always in the trees. It was like a tree that was close enough to the park, but could have us where we could look over the older people, because you know they would have saw our little asses and been like, go home, you dusty little girls, you know, go take yourselves home before something happened to y'all. But we was up in the trees watching it. And I remember going, God, I did a lot of things with her. Got my first show top Adidas. Yo, I remember rocking my first show top Adidas with her. And we was doing this dance like boom, boom. I ain't doing no break dancing. I'm not a dancer, so I wasn't doing so much in anybody's dancing anywhere. But that was like, those Adidas was a breakout, because you know my mother was buying me. She was buying us tic-tac-toes, because I remember I had like some shits with a K. I was up there changing the fucking tic-tacs on them, and I remember my sister had. Remember when the sneakers had names of cars? Lamborghini. Yo, you should remember this, Lisa. Remember the sneakers that had, there was Lamborghini, there was Porsche. My sister had them all because it was different colors. Me, my dumb ass, I just wanted a pair of felines. I was like, I want the felines with the red and blue stripe on the side. And then when I got into the white school, I was like, I want kids. Yeah, we just had it all. But I remember the tic-tac-toe sneakers. They had tic-tac. You changed the side of them. They were tic-tac-toes. But I thought though, I didn't get none of the ones that were named after cars. My sister did. Them things was ugly as hell. You couldn't get me in a pair of those to save your world. But I remember they was like Lamborghini. And then when they pulled up something, I remember there was a scandal with them. When you pulled up the label, it had some negative words about Black people written in them. But they was like, yeah, Black people buying our sneakers. So there was once upon a time. Remember when Timberland didn't want us wearing his shit? Mr. Timberland was like, oh, I don't want y'all wearing my stuff. This is why people need to know their history. Yeah. You couldn't be like, I could tell you one thing. People was wearing weaves and all that stuff too, right? But we was sewing that shit in ourselves. It was not going to no hair salon getting this stuff done. It was finding the girl next door to do that stuff for you. Like, it wasn't as expensive as things are today. That's my stroll down memory lane. Anyway, I guess he's back making clothes. I'll do the other article with y'all another day. I wonder why. You know what? I bought Timberlands for my son. Oh, I'm lying. I got Tim's. I definitely got Tim's because Tim's came up with the wedge Tim's for women. Yeah, I got them. Them things are on. Those things are fly as hell. I am not even gonna lie. I know, Lisa. You have fun at the wedding. You have fun at the wedding. But yeah, it was like, oh Lord, I love it. I really did. I miss my good old childhood days. But yes, sirree. I need to go look the girl up if I could remember her name. I'm gonna have to ask my sister. They got some hot on Monday. I'm gonna bring y'all the fashion that's inside the magazine to figure out what I'm gonna do differently for the fall. Yeah. And I think that's when ACGs became the thing to be. Because my son didn't want Timberlands, then he wanted ACGs. Yeah, I got 2 good articles that I want to expand on from this book, from this latest magazine, and then we're done. But good morning, Tony Lass. But yeah, it's nothing like I don't know, to be quite honest, I don't know what youth for today are going to really have to remember these days by, these good old days, because what I'm seeing is not that good. Just from my perspective, it's not that good. But maybe there's something going on. I'm just missing it because I'm on a YouTube. Because I could tell y'all, I missed the whole big deal about the guy working inside of Trader Joe's. And you know what? I meant to look this up. Hold on, let me see something. Because I'm not thinking there's a lot of Trader Joe's, and just what I suspected. So there's not a lot of Trader Joe's in New Jersey, right? There's a handful of them. And they're spread out on that side where people come in from New York. You know, like it's the Wayne would probably be far, but it's like on that end where you have Inglewood, Paramus, Edgewater, Clifton. I go to the one in Clifton, but Edgewater, Paramus, and I only been to Trader Joe's since I moved back on this side of town. When I was further thing, we ain't have no Trader Joe's because I don't really think that stuff is all that healthy. So don't start me to lying. I don't find that stuff to be all that healthy, but I do love me a pumpernickel pretzel. Nobody has pumpernickel pretzels. Those damn things are so good. Yeah, Inglewood, Clifton, Paramus, yeah, all on that side. Because so I'm not surprised somebody caught his ass working inside the supermarket and took a picture of it. But I guess there was a concern, like so I guess I'll opine on it. I don't know why he was there. I don't know if it matters why he worked. All I'm saying is at least he had a job. Have y'all looked around these fucking YouTube streets lately? These motherfuckers don't even work at Trader Nothings. So at least he was doing trading Joe in something, because these motherfuckers traded in work for the YouTube space. Come up in here and gangster type some shit. At least he was out making a living. You understand? They traded in Trader Joe's for disability and whatever other fucking checks they got. PS, you know, they got all kinds of labels for them, but nobody wants to work. So you're going to shun a person that works? Worldwide fucking mess. And this is what I want to add for my twist on it. Bill Cosby was a conglomerate. Oh, I'm going to use that word again. Bill Cosby was a conglomerate. And when he went to trial, they took his show off the air, which meant that there was no, what are those royalty checks coming in that these actors normally get? Did he really take it, or he was doing, so stop. Hammer time, stop. He was doing what actors do. Should we find all our look, why don't we do a test? Next time I go live in the evening, let's say like Tuesday night. Yeah, it's still a Jewish holiday. Yeah, let's say Tuesday night. Because after that, I'm going to have things. Let us all come up with a list. Hi, Wideman. Let us all come up with a list of actors that we want to know where they are now. Missing actors. So we're going to call it MIA actors. And then I'm going to take your list and we're going to try to find out what they're doing now. Spontaneous. And when we figure out, and let's focus on Black actors, so we can send it all to Tyler Perry and see if he's going to get all of them a job. But first, let's see who's missing and don't have work. So we'll do that Tuesday night, around 8 p.m. It's just amazing to think. But I mean, I saw his interview on television, and he was just like, look, I don't know why, but I was watching him on Good Morning America, and the shit that pissed me off, maybe it's just me, was when he said he was still looking for a job or something, and they decide to start clapping in the studio. He quit the job. That's what he said. He said he quit the job. They start clapping in the studio. I've never watched the television news. So I was like, see, I've been on YouTube too long now. They fucking start clapping on the news. Have you ever watched the news? They started clapping on the news. She's like, clap, clap, clap. I'm like, did this lady just clap on the news? And the whole studio was clapping. You know they don't do that. I said, you know what, Monica, you've been stuck here on YouTube too long. They starting to clap on the news. Charlie Sheen wasn't put in jail after he said he had HIV and knowingly had sex with a lot of women. Who was put in jail though? He wasn't. Because he had consensual sex. Charlie Sheen wasn't accused, as far as I know, he wasn't accused of drugging people and then having sex with them. Or you wake up from a thing. That was what Bill Cosby was accused of. He was accused of providing them with a substance that made them incapacitated and couldn't consent. And for the best part, he kind of admitted that in other avenues that that's what he did. And I'm sure that's what they used against him. And again, I'm going to say, plea bargain. They don't talk about it because they don't have women coming out talking about it. But to be quite honest, I'm a woman. If I had sex with Charlie Sheen, every other month I'm running to get my shit tested because I'm going to be that. That's what's going to be bothering me. But who was having sex with Charlie Sheen? Other people that use drugs? Because like, this is why I'm not touching on. I don't feel sorry for the Cosby. I don't feel sorry for Bill Cosby. No, I've never taken the approach that he was railroaded or that. But you had no real evidence on Bill. Bill was a walking evidence. It's not what the women said that got him in trouble. It's what he said in that deposition. That was the hanging chad. And he only needed one person to testify. He didn't need, there was just like Bill Cosby should have brought down a judicial system, if in my opinion, because the case was tried now, but the case should have been tried then. They got justice now because they felt there was injustice back then. So what charges, if anything, were brought against the prosecutors back then that failed to do the case? See, I, in my opinion, feel that if Bill Cosby had walked away from this, those people would be held culpable now. They would be going after them. But since he was found guilty, that's it. But is he in jail? I've been on the YouTube streets. I didn't get to see, is Bill Cosby in jail? He got a September sentencing date. Well, let's see what day in September. September 24th. So let's set our calendars, wait a second, to come back and talk about Bill Cosby. He can't be, well, he could be under house arrest, but he had a trial. So you're allowed to be out on bail. Like, so it's not house arrest. He hasn't, all right. Let me correct something right now. The chain of events. This is how things go. You get arrested. Then you are arraigned. And if you are convicted of a felony, if you are charged, so let me get it right. You are arrested. And then there's an arraignment where your charges are read to the judge. And then the judge determines if you get a bail. Then if you get a bail, you go home. If you don't get a bail, then you go to jail until your trial is adjudicated. In the interim, if you have a felony, the felonies go to a grand jury to determine if you are, if there is a true bail, which means that they feel that there's enough evidence to go forward with a trial. Doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means, and I'm saying this because another YouTuber out here has got some stuff talking about the Junior case. So I just want to make it clear. Doesn't mean you're guilty. You got to be indicted. Indictment has to be brought forward, saying that there's enough evidence to move forward with a trial. When you have a right to present to the grand jury, normally people only present to the grand jury if they have alibi, with ironclad alibi stuff. Or maybe in the cases of self-defense, but most people do not. They let the indictment go forward without having their client there or the voice of the client at all. The voice of the person, the accused. All of this right here, you are innocent until proven guilty. So you can get an indictment. You go back to court for them to tell you that you've now been indicted. The judge then makes another determination if you stay on bail or if you get remanded, because now you've been indicted. So after that is decided, if you're remanded or you stay, then you proceed to trial. We have the right to a speedy trial, which means that things are supposed to happen, stuff that's supposed to be transpired between the parties, whatever. Then there's a trial. There's a verdict. And this is the part that he's at. He has had a verdict, and then there's sentencing. Now, at the time that you can either be remanded or you can be still remain out on bail. Some people at the time of being found convicted will say that they're going to appeal, and that becomes another thing. Remaining out on bail is contingent on your ability to flee this jurisdiction and not show up for any other preceding events to come. So we're up to the phase. He is not on house arrest. He sounds like he's on bail. There's no house arrest when they're about to put your ass in jail. Now, if he gets sentenced, this is when the word house arrest is appropriate. If he gets sentenced and they let him out, then he'll be on house arrest. I have to think more about that house arrest thing. Because normally house arrest is when you're already doing the time. You just are, your captivity is not the prison. Your captivity is your home. But they could have an ankle monitor and stuff on him. What is Manafort? He's on house arrest. Well, I don't even know why any of them people is out other than they got money. See, if you got to give a person 2 ankle bracelets, you know what? I honestly think he's a snitch. I'm going to say snitch, but he's an informant. And I think that's probably why he's out and about. And it's funny because here in the article it's saying that they gave Bill Cosby more than the 90-day period. But I bet you that has to do because of the see, people always like these people make such big deals out of anything. So May, June, July. I don't know, maybe, yeah. It probably had to do with people's vacation schedules and shit. People don't believe the thing. But we will come back in September and we will visit Bill Cosby's sentence on the 25th. And I will do more due diligence on his case so I have a better, clearer statement about it. my stickies. I don't know if I showed y'all. I had bought this book, right? And then I went into this other store. Did I say the 25th? Yeah, the 24th and 25th. Yep. So one second, let me show y'all something. The Bill Cosby sentencing. That gives me time to look up in the in LexisNexis what happened to his case. So I went and I was in Staples. This is an Erin Condren. Oh God. Oh my God. This is an Erin Condren. So I went and I got the Erin Condren. I was able to get an Erin Condren. And this is a journal. And the good thing about it is it goes back to last summer. So I'm going to be able to go back through all of my videos and stuff and my time on YouTube and really document it better here. I wasn't too crazy about the layout being this way, but I am happy with it. So for now, I'm just writing stickies on stuff. Oh, Yvonne, you're here. Were you able to finish the book? All right, we'll move it to next weekend. Next Sunday, the 17th. Cause I'm good with that. I mean not the 16th, the 16th, Sunday the 16th. And Tuesday night, we're going to do Black Celebrities. Where are they now? And we are going to continue on our schedule. Wow, this is becoming really full. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. So that's going to be September 10th, 12th, and 14th. At 8 p.m., blind date with a book. Invitation only. Okay? So that takes care of our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the only nights that we have really off is Thursday night. And that's all. So if you want to be part of the blind date with the book, those are private. And they don't get posted it don't get posted up here for obvious reasons. They're private. And that's it. And I don't disclose who's participating in it because they're private. They're exclusive invitation only. Loving it. Anyway. Oh, that takes care of a few things. And that gives me a plan for this week. God Help the Child. Couldn't think of the name of the book. And as I look, good morning, Katrina. And that's about it. So this week is really mapped out. So I'll just go back to you. We will continue to do the morning Mo Knows This and Mo Knows That from 7 to 7:30 all this week. And I think I got almost all of the topics. I was sitting here like trying to map it out. I think I got all the topics prepared. Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Thursday evening at 8 p.m. by invite only. I will reach out to the people for blind date with the book. And at that time, I'll explain more details, but it's invite only. It'll probably be up to 45 minutes. And that's it. Wednesday may be challenging because I'm working on something at work, but I don't plan on doing overtime. So they need to figure that out. Tuesday evening, we got a homework assignment from here until Tuesday evening. Put it together. And I'm saying at 8 p.m. only because I have other obligations when I get off of work. So I don't think I get home until like something to 7. And lately I've been cooking for my daughter something to eat for dinner. And I've been enjoying that time with her. We are going to put together a list to see Black celebrities and see if we could figure out, we'll probably like do it in real time, like where are they? But like if there's somebody that you watched growing up on TV and you're like, yo, where are they now? Like just put your list together and we'll try to figure out where they're now. That's embracing the conversation around the guy, the Cosby kid that was found. But you know what, in my honest opinion, I didn't think he was a great actor then anyway. So every actors go through all kinds of transition. I mean, you know, Dee from What's Happening Now. She wasn't she was a child actress, right? She went to school, became a veterinarian, became a veterinarian. You know what I'm saying? Like, acting is not, it could be a career. You know, it's really not one of those things that you got to have a fallback. And I think that some of the tweets that came out were saying the same thing. Like people were pointing out, like, when I worked this, I did this. You know, like they understand there's a hard knocks with it. Again, I think the focal point should be there are more people not working and not even looking for a freaking job. At least the man had a job. You know, I'd rather have a job or a career or something. Oh, and he said the picture was photoshopped. I thought that was interesting. Anywho, this is Mo. And I've got to go. Bye, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. I won't be coming back. I got too many things to do. I gotta go to the hair salon, sit there. Nail salon, sit there. Pedicure stand, sit there. I really wanted to go to a spa today. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I got to run around and deliver some Mary Kay. I'm not so excited about that. But that's my day in a nutshell. Anywho, those of you that are going to rewind now and listen now. Yeah, it's the Saturday thing, and then I gotta end the Saturday at the laundromat. And it's already 9 o'clock in the morning. Every minute, almost 9 o'clock in the morning, every minute after 7 a.m. in a laundromat on a Saturday could get you arrested. At least me. But I found a new laundromat. So hopefully, the parking lot was a little bit of an issue, but the thing about it this time is I don't got that many clothes. The last time, I don't know why we had clothes. I felt like I had every summer outfit in there. I got to go to the dry cleaners. So I got the dry. I'm going to use the dry cleaners where we used to live at. To get my clothes. I got some stuff. I got all these dresses that need to go into the dry cleaners. Yo, no, it's the staring at the computer all day. And I actually blew up their computer so that I wasn't thing. But I could tell you, I went into a dark room, and I can't get over I can't get out of that. And that would be the only thing that messes up a blind date with a book, is that if I really feel like I'm like dying, then I will not do it. But yes, so it is tiresome on my eyes. I was like, and I had letters. I blew this shit up, and I was cutting and pasting information over to it. I haven't even read the material yet. I looked at some things. I saw who the fuck spells mitigates wrong. We're in the legal field. Everything is mitigating circumstances. Who spells that fucking word wrong? I'm just like, oh man. I caught it a couple of times on there, but I'll be changing people's shit. So I just highlight the errors. I'll be like, highlight. It's obvious things that need to be changed, but I just highlight it. Like, it's crazy. Really? Ty, you got so much information. Hold on, let me see this. This is why I love the influencers. Oh, I think I read about this one. Yeah, no, I'm not watching that shit. I remember reading that they were coming out with this. But you know what? Maybe I might. I have to think about it. I remember reading about it after I seen their faces. Yo, this lady is coming back out strong. The one Murphy Brown. I seen her picture on the side of the bus the other day. I had to be like this. I was like, Murphy Brown is back. Murphy Brown is back. Oh, and if there's anything wrong with my edges for you people out here, just remember my shit is real. It's all mine all day. Y'all be with y'all fake shit. I never seen fake talk about real as much as I've seen on this shit. I see it. I'm not paying $4.99 to watch nothing on the YouTube. It says YouTube $4.99. Google Play $4.99. Where's this shit free at? Oh, let me go to Showbox. Let me see this on Showbox. I'm about to binge watch a show I've never watched just so I can participate in some other people's I don't have a Fire Stick. Anybody got a Fire Stick that I could come over their house and watch it? Let me stop. That's all right. We'll watch it through somebody else's shit. Yo, you'd be surprised of all the stuff you could do. Like this technology. Like I know now I understand. I still have not been to the Discord. I understand what they're doing because I said I have not been to the Discord. And I think it might be on Showbox. I'm about to go see because I got Showbox. One of my guy friends, not associated with the YouTube, has a Discord account. So when he was watching me the other day, and I was like, I'm not going to the Discord, he sent me this long freaking winded email and was like, call me, and gave me all the benefits of being in the Discord. That's better than the YouTube. And then when I called him and I explained to him about all the shit that happened over here, he was like, he said, Monica, something wrong with them people. I was like, you think I don't know this already? I definitely know this already. There's something wrong with these people. Understood. So that's our story, and we're sticking to it. Anyway, this is Mo, and I got to go. Oh, me not having a mouse is a bad thing. Goodbye.